This community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. This is Derrick Henry, and he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. He'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
On the tackle. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. Here's Tannehill. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards.
First down.
Derrick Henry. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Henry on the
Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
Down at the 42-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Tannehill into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. 30.
Don't worry about it, baby.
And
I ain't worried
into
about
the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And now on the heels of the pick 6, here's their offense on the field sooner than intended as they'll try to make it 8-0. So after the INT, it's Rodgers toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll start with a give to Henry, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they got a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Pass caught left side by Humphries. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They are going for it. It's Tannehill. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Tannehill getting it out quickly to Brown. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They keep it with Henry on first down. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up second.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill.
43
Steps away to his left. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff to Henry. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
On the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the
6-0 our score after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Packers 6.
From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. Tannehill down a throw. And that's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Yards to go.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Titans are just an extra point away from moving out in front. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6.
Makes the score Titans 7, Packers 6. Stephen Gostkowski set to
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones, weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 30, 10, touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, 75 yards. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed two-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the three-point shot, and people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Rolling to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
36-yard line.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
First down.
Come on, now. Let's go. Right. Switch it.
Throwing quickly, that's caught by Brown out wide. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
So often on these RPOs, we see the ball get from the quarterback to the receiver in what feels like a nanosecond. But on this play, he actually cleared coverage downfield a bit before the ball got.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown.
Touchdown,
Derrick Henry with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So now Tannehill leading his crew to the line to go for 2. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
First and 10 at the 40.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Adams hauling it in from Rodgers. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams, 29 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
Everybody likes to see the long ball thrown, but when you throw it underneath and you see someone catch the ball, secure it, make their moves, and then turn it into bigger plays, that's a lot of fun to watch as well.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. And one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They begin with Henry. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and
3. Running from the gun with Henry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down.
A gain of 15. First down, Tennessee.
Henry. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
A first down carry for Henry. And a short gain here down to the 22. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On 2nd and 9, Tannehill. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. They'll roll him out right. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
The clock showing just 16 seconds till the half as they line up 1st and 10. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
Jones, the ball carrier. Taken down at the 11.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 46.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. Slant to Adams. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Aaron Jones, the ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Throwing the out route and complete. It's Adams.
That's good.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker.
And it's a fumble. It's picked up by the Titans. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Tennessee.
Now Tannehill. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. After the penalty, it's Henry. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Henry, the ball carrier.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll run it again with Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
The tackle made.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They snap it to Tannehill. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. He's got the 1st down inside the 10, and he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
And goal.
Let's go.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this 4th quarter.
20 all. Steven Gostkowski set to kick off.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And here's Lewis. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Caught on the right side by Adams. 23 yards on the play.
Partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 49-yard line.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. That's a gain of 3. Brings up.
They'll go again to Jones. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a 1st. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. To throw again on second down. Rodgers got a man. It's Tanyan complete. All tied up. Less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Now Jones. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal.
1st and goal.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers have moved out in front. So here we go. The Packers will line up to go for 2. To throw is Rodgers. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead.
Titans 20. Mason Crosby.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. 20, 10.
That's what it is,
He's
baby.
into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
Do they have one big call left? Here we go. So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
Tight end right, tight end right. Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
They'll look to throw, and it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th.
Stephen Gostkowski set to kick off.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
1st and 10. At their own.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. This is where, of course, it's good to have a veteran quarterback under center.
You would just be able to put on one of those blood pressure clips, and nothing would be different for him. He's done it many times before, expects to get it accomplished again.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Now Rodgers. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
Right there in the middle, 55.
Tighten up, tighten up.
26.
Rodgers to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
10-10 at their own 42-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines. But then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old left.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 33. Four quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
10-10 at their own 23.
Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as he'll get to him at about the 33. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll run it with Jones. And this will be a Packers first down as the tackle made at about the 38. The type of game that he's having running the football, there was no doubt who they were giving the ball to.
So why didn't they just go ahead and go after him on defense? Right?
Yeah,
if you
in
know,
on him.
right? You know he's having that type of a game. Who else would you expect to get the football? I would have taken my chances and sold out defensively to stop him. And if anyone else picks it up, I tip my cap to him.
13 yards, first down, Packers.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
3rd and 2.
Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Jones. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
7-yard line.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. A costly mistake here at OT.
And you know what they say when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Big Kenny Clark that time, pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss.
31-yard line.
He's coming.
Again, it's Henry. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And it's complete. Henry. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. They'll run on first down. It's Henry. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Out of the gun, Tannehill. He'll air this one out deep for deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a gain of 35. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now it's Tannehill. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime. A little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.